Welcome everyone to the Marketplace of Ideas, third Thursday. Today is March 19th, 2020. I'm Tawny Ferrarini along here with Kate Johnson. We're getting together on a monthly basis so that we can share and amplify human flourishing by exploring sound, interdisciplinary educational materials and programs in the humanities and social sciences.
Our mission is twofold. One, we want to provide educators and program creators like you with a collaborative space to learn about what others are doing with curriculum and high quality content.
Two, we want to help distribute and channel all those resources to you, your faculty, and to your students.
Content, course designs, and programs are out there. They're well developed and widely available. However, the landscape is fragmented.
Our hope is that meetings like this today will continue to help you identify great resources, and you will continue to connect with others outside of formal channels to make our shared passion of better learning opportunities a reality.
Thank you for joining us and continuing to co-create with Tawny and me in what we're calling the Marketplace of Ideas.
Okay, so now we have the delightful experience of having Annabel, and she is the director of the Center for Education Programs at the Fraser Institute. She and her team deliver a broad range of educational programs. They focus on economics, including seminars for high school and university students, workshop for teachers, and conferences for journalists. The Fraser Institute's primary focus is research, so they are a great source of data and original research studies that you can use for your classrooms. And Annabel, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Great. Thank you so much, Tawny. And I just want to say thank you so much to Tawny and Kate for starting this forum, for sharing information. And I think there's no better time for us to be sharing these resources than now. And it's been really useful for me to find out what people are doing and what new things are out there. And so hopefully today I can show you some things that the Fraser Institute has to offer. And what I wanted to focus on today was we've redone, so the Fraser Institute's website, fraserinstitute.org, it's I sometimes say it's dense, but I should really say it's rich. It's rich with material. It has videos, it has books, it has policy papers and blogs, but sometimes it's difficult for educators to find exactly what they want. So in the education programs, we have our own page, and I'm using a PowerPoint here, but I encourage you just to go to our website as I'm talking, and you can go to our homepage, the Education Programs tab. If you click there and then you click for educators, then you'll come to our teaching tools page. And this is a new page that we've developed really to put tools at the fingertips of educators. It's stuff that you'll also find through other landing pages on our website, but this is really just our portal for teachers. And so there's a lot of different tiles here with different information. I don't have time to go into all of them, and that wouldn't be a good use of time, but I'm just going to focus on a few of them that I think are the most timely, particularly at this point in time. So the first one, some of you know about this work already, but our Essential Scholars work. So you can access it through our website, you can come through the teaching tools, or you can go to essentialscholars.org. This is a multi-year project of the Fraser Institute where we'll be focusing on upwards of a dozen different key economists and philosophers. And so far, I think we started about 3 years ago with Friedrich Hayek. And then we added Adam Smith, and Milton Friedman was a recent release, and then John Locke just last week. And so these are a really rich source of assets for any educator. As you go into each one of these scholars, you'll find not only a book that's written, it takes the key philosophers and economists' ideas, but puts them in very contemporary examples and makes it easy to follow for the modern reader. So, and also in the assets, there are video assets and other additional resources. So I'm just going to use the example. I chose here, there's lots of great ones, but I chose to focus on Milton Friedman because I think that it's very timely with the government stimulus that seems to be everywhere at the moment with the COVID-19 crisis. And if you go into the video series here, so as you can see, are you all following me here?
Yes, we are.
Okay, great, great. I just thought
You're doing great.
Oh, good. I thought I better make sure. So if you go into the videos here, there's two that are particularly good that deal with the permanent income hypothesis. These are just short videos that you can use in a teaching model. The permanent income hypothesis is just perfect with the stimulus spending news that's out there at the moment, and it would be a perfect way to say pick an article. I saw a great one actually from Fee that was talking about pitfalls of stimulus spending, and you know, to pair it with one of these videos is just a great sort of assignment that you can have your students read and use it as a resource. And so here's just, I just did a little screenshot of some of the videos. It's not really, doesn't really work well in this forum to play them, but I just encourage you to go and run through the videos. They're quite simple, they're easy to follow, and have some great graphics. And the other nice thing about the book that we have, not only can you download it as an iBook, but they also have small chapters. And so if you're building educational materials, I mean, everything you need is right here. You can just, you know, you can just cut this and paste it. Suppose you believe your economy is in the doldrums because people are somehow not spending enough. How do you get them to open up their pocketbooks? Well, gee, that seems timely. I think there's a lot of information here. The moment that you can just copy it, paste it, put it in your PowerPoint, put it in your educational modules, and it's ready to go. The other thing that's you can pair it with. I just brought this out from today, Fraser Institute. We have a blog. It's probably one of our most popular features on our website. We often have daily articles. This one, actually yesterday, we had two just on stimulus and stabilizing income. And of course, we had a big announcement by our Prime Minister yesterday about a stimulus package. And surprisingly enough, we thought it was pretty well done. So that, you know, that's a way that you can use some of the other information on our site and pair it together. Have the students read an article, have them watch a couple of videos, and then pair it with what other information that you might have. So this, I wanted to just show you a little bit about the little icons that you can click on, the additional resources. Basically, all your work is done for you. If you're doing any modules where you're focusing on Locke or Smith or Friedman and Hayek, you know, there are many resources out there. This is a part of what the Third Thursday Club is all about, sharing this information. Well, if you go into some of those additional resources, you can see that our authors have already, for each of these books, has already gone in to find those materials. So whether it's from the Liberty Fund library, whether it's from Fee, whether I think we probably have some MRU materials in here as well. It's all there, and you can just grab it, take the links, and your work's done for you. So Essential Scholars, you know, encourage you to go there. I think the next release that we'll have coming up is going to be Schumpeter, and I think that will be in the next couple of months. So look for that to come shortly. For economists, I love to focus on our data portals. So the Fraser Institute, we have many sources of lots of data. So if you love data, you'll love our data portals. Just quickly, I'll go into some of them. We really say that there's 6 that we have on our website. So if you click onto the data portals, you'll see how you can get to these. You can also get to them directly through their own URLs. So Economic Freedom of the World, which many of you are probably familiar with, you can access it through our site, or you can go to freetheworld.com, not org, freetheworld.com. And then also our Women in Progress, which you'll see here, we highlight as well. So you can go to womeninprogress.org. I think the Human Freedom Index also has its own direct link. So these are just great sources of information. They're great for making assignments. Here's our Economic Freedom of the World, and it's an interactive map. So this I really love because, you know, just get the students to do the hard work and research. They can type in as many as 5 different countries and compare them. So you can have them compare and contrast different countries. You can look at one country and look at it over time. So Estonia from 19, if you just type in Estonia there, and then the play button, and it will show you from 1970 how has their economic freedom changed. And you can see, and what we know is that it's changed drastically until you get into the 2000s, and then Estonia has through market liberalizations, economic freedom has advanced so that they're now in the top 10 in the world. So there's just wonderful stories here, and it's great because you can actually have the students you know, find their own stories and choose their own countries that they want to focus on. And you know, it's not just the interactive map. There's also data sets that you can download, and that's fun for people that love data. The Women in Progress is one of my favorites because it's just so visually stunning. This is the work of Rosemary Fike, and she's now done 3 publications for us. They are just beautiful, beautiful publications. So you can download them at the Women in Progress website, and there it is, womeninprogress.org. It has a beautiful video that you can watch, and the newest edition there is the 2020 edition, and you know, you can look at economics, women's economic rights around the world, and you know, it would be kind of an interesting thing to pair this with other assets that are out there. There's the great video, it's one of my favorites, Mariana will love this, from FEE, is the Maquette Waves, made in Maquette. And what a great pairing that would make, having students watch that video and then read this publication, have some questions about, you know, how do we help women entrepreneurs around the world? And there's just some wonderful stories that can be told there. So then, oh, this is, again, one of my favorites, because at the Fraser Institute, with every study that we release, and we release about 100 studies a year, we generally have an infographic for each of those. Sometimes they can be a little bit difficult to find on underneath the study. You'll read the study, the summary, and then it will have download the whole study, and then at the bottom in small print it will say the infographic. So for our educators, on our teaching tools page, we've put, I picked some of my favorite infographics, and one of them that's very timely is about infrastructure spending. And, you know, you couldn't get more timely than this. So, you know, take it, you know, go there, click on it, put it into your PowerPoint. We want it to be used. So you'll find there's quite a few of them that are Canadian focused, but it's wonderful. You know, there's a lot of talk about healthcare in the US, and you can learn some lessons from looking at the experience in Canada. And we certainly have a wealth of data and infographics on those subjects. What we have done also is if you look at the infographics, click on them, you'll find that you can actually download it in a high resolution quality. So that'll be great for presentations. And then we also have a link to the study. So I think that you'll find there's a lot of information there, and give us your feedback. If you're finding things that you can use, or if you want more, let us know, and we can post them. So I think that's all I really wanted to focus in on today, but just to say, you know, experiment with the teaching tools page. we will be adding more. We will be refreshing it. And we've also started doing a monthly educator email. So if you'd like to be added to that, just email me. My email address is there, annabel.addington@fraserinstitute.org. And I'd be happy to add you if you just leave me your name and email address. And then any kind of new assets that we add to the teaching tools page, you'll be notified about those. And just one more time, I put the website addresses there, fraserinstitute.org, essentialscholars.org, freetheworld.com, and womeninprogress.org. So I think I'll leave it at that and see if there are any questions.
Well, Annabel, we want to thank you for your time. This was an excellent presentation. Do us a favor, tell us who's looking over your shoulder.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yes. So of course, I have Adam Smith as my impartial spectator, who's keeping me on the straight and narrow during the presentation.
Okay, I love it. Well, thank you very much. So we are actually at the point where we're ready to close. We thank everyone for their timely contributions.